is Rion for Vision. Let's briefly look at, because I'm a visual person, so we can listen to it too. Let's look at sexuality in advertising and the oppression of pretty much everyone. So the intent that we see in commercial advertising, the dynamic that TV and commercial advertising has on largely the receiving public is an oppressive one. Pavlovian conditioning, stimulus response. Let's trigger them with a Carl's Jr. burger with Paris Hilton or a model, and let's bypass their conscious mind, affect their subconscious so that they feel sexual energy associated with the brand and product. Well, tomorrow's consumer is going to be a little more aware of what's actually going on. And when they start realizing what's going on, it's the producers that are accepting of their people's power and bring a more conscious dynamic and relationship to the equation. Those producers and distributors with more respect towards the consumer are probably going to start getting a lot more attention and so forth, because stimulus response, program receiver type of relationships, which is the default with TV commercial advertising, the entire system is like, it is what it is, and there's always like new advertising ideas that are still a part of the same the same system. So I'm not necessarily judging it, I'm just bringing things into awareness, because I went outside of the Western social matrix and found my independence and power to be like Neo in the Western matrix, because I have a different relationship to the bullets of influence. By default, people are not empowered with television. It's one of the most disempowering things. So that's where, as transformational advocates, we really have to look at how can we evolve television and the type of relationship, the type of programming. I mean, just the thought of programming, when you really become aware of what's happening with consumers. I'm not saying I'm in favor of production and TV production. There's a lot of great quality programs like in content out there. But I'm saying the dynamic that consumers have and the values and the type of relationship with TV and commercial advertising, that's one of the greatest things holding back the evolution of consciousness in the world. People do not know their power. So, sex in advertising, it gives us opportunity to change our relationship to become more self-accepting. That's the more advanced answer and greater truth. Not everyone is ready for that yet. I had to go through my own process. I'm okay with sex in media and sexiness, sexploitation, because I have a different relationship with it. But to the normal, disempowered male, being Pavlovian conditioned to keep attracting more of the fantasy, once they start realizing that that's been going on all these years, the system could crash. And those who are in place that are about the empowerment and awakening of sexual consciousness, that's the future. So when you consider that at least 100 million men are being programmed, conditioned with that type of relationship, disempowered around women in physical reality because of the media influence and their relationship to it by default, this stuff really gets important. Media really does have massive power and influence. Media is power. Power is conscious energy. Everything is energy. Digital media, audio waves, everything's vibrational. It carries conscious power, the ability to affect our sexual, emotional, spiritual experience. So where is this all going? More oppression, more guilt, more shame, more unworthiness for the people because of the old dynamics? I don't know. The question's on the table, baby. This is Real and Kadi. Vision. Subscribe, and it'd be great if you could share this with others. All right.